Community Viewpoint.
And welcome to another segment of Community Viewpoint. And as you know, my name is John Pawlak. And yes, I did get a haircut. So we'll see what happens, what I look like in about 3 weeks. It'll grow back. But welcome to another segment of Community Viewpoint. And we have as our guest today, Susan Holecheck, who is, as you remember, our former town manager. That's why I remember I have good feelings, good thoughts of you as a town manager.
Thank you.
And now she's been working with Nathan Adelson Hospice as a
community outreach manager, and it's almost my 1-year anniversary.
Oh, time flies. But anyway, you have a lot to do over there because Nathan Adelson has a lot of good programs for the folks here. And tell us what are some of the things that you're going to...
Thank you. And let me just say thank you so much for letting me come on periodically. It's wonderful. So I've said this before, Nathan Adelson Hospice has been in the Pahrump community for well over 15 years. And some of the programs that we may have been doing at the beginning, for whatever reason, fell by the wayside. And so now we really want to ramp that up again. And so we have, of course, the Senior Resource Carnival coming up in March 23rd at Saddle West from 10 to 2. And it's a great way for our seniors to really find out the resources that are available to them. And I will say mostly health related, right? And that's great. We're going to ply you with hot dogs and Danish in the morning and popcorn and all that stuff. And but additionally, we have decided that we're going to go back to what we call a lunch and learn program. And we're going to offer people a free lunch. And it's going to be at the library. Our first one's this coming Monday. And we're going to begin to try and go back and educate people on topics. Some topics that sometimes people want to talk about and sometimes topics people don't
want to talk about. Yes. Right. You have to bring those out and then in the group setting sometimes and find out that it's not just you, it's other people have the same issues also, yes.
And a great part of sometimes the things that we don't talk about that's our society, right? That's our culture. It is just not as accepted as it is in other cultures to, for instance, talk about death. Many of us shy away from it, maybe thinking that if we don't talk about it, it won't happen. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But in some cultures, they have those discussions early on. So
sometimes they are more family-orientated than we are. But let's also look at this. I'm out here in Pahrump, Nevada. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I moved like 2/3 of the way through the country, through the United States. So I'm separated from my natural family, but I do have an extended family out here that I call family. Some people are not able to do that.
That's correct.
Yeah, so I have family members out in Tacoma, Shoshone, Amargosa Valley, and here also.
Yeah.
Some people, it's harder for them to make a connection too.
And I think you bring up an interesting point and probably one of the topics that we will talk about, and that's advanced directives. Because as John's talking about, what if something were unfortunately to happen to him and he was unable to speak or act for himself? Do you have those written instructions in place, right? Because unfortunately, if he can't speak for himself and he doesn't have something in place, the hospital is required to take certain actions you may not have wanted.
Oh, okay.
Like CPR.
Okay.
So you make me think that I think advanced directive is an important topic to go through for one of these lunch and learns. But yeah, we're just trying to really let the community know that we're out there. We want to educate them on lots of different topics. Our first one is on medication education on Monday. And we realize that we may start small, but we're hoping, and thanks to John for letting me come on, as we go, and we're hoping to have these every other month. So hopefully I'll get one going in April. I haven't really set a date yet, but if we can get some interest going, this is going to be great for us. And at the library, I think the library is a perfect place to have it.
Yes, yes.
you know, because people stop in periodically.
I see the place is crowded from time to time. Well, the broadband helps. A lot more people coming on the internet, and they have a lot of videos for people to watch that can't afford Netflix or the satellite TV and things like that. So it's a godsend for the people that can read or have a library card. If you don't have a library card, it's free if you live here.
It's really sad that people don't read more. I mean, you know,
Yes.
I'm someone who uses Kindle, so I just don't hold a book, but I still read. So yeah, so it's good. But so those are kind of the two things that we have going on. And then if I can just put a quick plug in, so the butterfly release is May 1, May 1st. That's a Sunday.
That's coming up. Well,
It's coming up very quickly.
Yes.
This year, it's hard to believe that we're fast approaching March.
All right, for those of us that don't know, what is the butterfly release?
The butterfly release is a spiritual, has a basis in Indian lore, but it is a spiritual celebration for those who have passed before you, and it is a way for you to watch the butterfly soar into the sky and know that hopefully your wishes are going with their spirits as they soar. It's last year was the first one that I had seen, and unfortunately it was extremely cold, very windy, and so the butterflies need a certain period of time to thaw because they're frozen. And it was so cold that they didn't get a chance to thaw. But if you see it sometimes and it's a warm day, it takes your breath away because they just all soar to heaven. So
And other people do different things. I had suggested for a group of people that I meet with once a year with these little sky lanterns that they're very light, and there's a little candle there, and it goes up into the air, and the heat makes it rise, and it burns up and goes away. And they says, with the 70,000 people we would have been with, she says it's a little dangerous over there.
Yes, that may be.
But it's the same thought pattern.
It's that same.
You have a little message in there, you send it up to the heavens.
We actually do it twice a year. So we do the butterfly release,
you?
and then we do what's called Light Up a Life in December.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
that's another sort of commemorative event. And it's not just for people who have been on Nathan Adelson Hospice. It's for any of you that at some point in time have lost a dear friend or a family member or whatever, and you want that.
So this is going to be on Ian Deutsch? Or
So the butterfly release is actually at the Eye.
The Eye, yes.
And it's on a Sunday, and now you've caught me unaware. I think it's at 2 o'clock. I'll have to check on that for you, John. But it's short. It's maybe 20, 30 minutes, and it's an enjoyable 30 minutes out of your day. I can tell you that. It's very, very beautiful. And we don't know how much longer we can do it because it's my understanding the monarch butterfly is on the endangered list. So, and that's the butterfly we use. You can buy a butterfly and we'll present it to you that day. But yeah, I don't know how much longer that butterfly will be able to obtain it. So maybe
That's so sad. Yeah.
It is kind of sad,
Yeah.
but
You
maybe
can't
we'll
have my
find
monarch. I'm going to take it home, but they'll die on you anyway.
Well,
no.
yes. Well, we certainly, and we want live butterflies. We don't want to get into the plastic or something.
Yes.
As I say, you have to see them soar. It's breathtaking.
Yes. It has a lot of meaning to it, but unfortunately, because of the things that are happening, whether it be global warming or whatever, things change, unfortunately. The monarch butterfly, I remember the way it moves back and forth through the northern and Central America. And those things we'll miss. And it's in my lifetime when we'll lose that. It's so sad.
Well, and that's just one of, a lot of endangered species that we're beginning to look at,
Right.
And I know you're heavily involved in Earth Day, so those things come up. So
Yes.
yes.
So a little tear comes to my eye.
I know. I bet it does. But please, come out.
It's very sweet, though, with the monarch
It is.
butterflies.
It's beautiful. They're beautiful butterflies with that sort of gold background and everything. They're beautiful, breathtaking.
And yeah, we're having fun with this. But what are some of the other things that you have to share with us with Nathan Adelson? Where are you located?
That's kind of good. That's a great thing that John brings up. We used to be on 160, and I think for the most part, people think we're still there and we're on commercial, the old
Right.
Southwest Medical.
Right.
So come see us.
Yes, and you've had the phone number up there so you can call Nathan Adelson.
You can.
Right.
And we'd love to have you come to the lunch on Monday. It's from 12 to 1:30 at the library, but please, 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 if you'd like to come, make sure you try and call me because I've ordered food and I want to make sure I have enough food.
Is it
Who
gonna be
said there's
healthy?
no free lunch?
Yes. So it'll be healthy then?
Yes, yes. You're going to learn how to take medications.
Okay.
Well, it's very important. People are not, 4 out of 10 are not taking them correctly.
And tell them how to, they hide it in their food. No.
He's really frisky
Yes.
today. You know,
Yes.
I think it's the
The
haircut.
lack of hair. Yes. But some of the many things that Nathan Allison does, and this is something else, the Lunch and Learn, which will be at the public library, which is right next to the cemetery. That's a real quiet neighborhood over there.
Now, that has nothing to do with our providing lunch.
Yes.
We really are having fun.
Yes.
Yes. No, come, please. Come to these lunches and put it on your calendar to check the paper, because even if you can't come on Monday, hopefully we're going to have another one in April, and we want you to join us then. And come to the Senior Resource Carnival, absolutely free. All the vendors are bringing wonderful raffle baskets, so come and win a nice basket.
And that's going to be where?
And that's at Saddle West
Yes.
from 10 to 2. And seriously, amazing baskets last year, and we'll probably do a raffle. We'll pick a winner like every 15 minutes or so. We already have 31 vendors signed up.
Okay, that's great.
So, good.
So, one more time, the phone number up there, and the fact that you're on commercial.
Yes, 2270 commercial.
So we thank you for watching us, and thank you so much for visiting with us again. I can't wait till you come again. So we'll have a good time again.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, and we'll see you next week.